What's going on, y'all? This is Mannywellz, and I'm here with Brea Soul for Soul Series. Let's get it.
They say good guys ain't in style no more. Is this true? I beg to differ. They say good guys are hard to find these days. Is this true? I beg to differ.
Okay, so Manny,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
first wanted to know about where your singing journey began. When was it where you were like, oh, I can sing?
Shoot. I grew up in the choir. My dad's a musician. I started singing with my dad when I was 9. Because in the Nigerian community, you have a bunch of parties for everything. You have a party for a wedding, you have a party for a birthday, you have a party for death, reception.
Girl,
yeah,
that's true.
So my dad would be the guy that everyone calls to the parties and stuff. So,
You were the entertainer?
Yeah. So I learned how to entertain people at a really young age, and I just fell in love with music really early. But my initial passion was soccer.
Okay.
Yeah. I know.
I can tell because it brought a smile to your face.
I still love soccer. I'm still trying to figure out how to
incorporate it more?
Yeah, but we'll figure that out. So I just grew up listening to music, and then when I got to high school, 10th grade, a friend of mine introduced me to Ryan Leslie, and I was like, oh shoot. Well, he showed me a video of him making a beat, and prior to that, I've always been curious as to how people made beats and people produced, and listened to Timberland and how he made a beat for Aaliyah and all these acts.
Okay, so it went from kind of singing,
Yeah.
you knew that you were okay, I like to entertain, and then you started getting into producing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I fell in love with production so much, and the original goal was to just be a producer, and
How did it go from that to everything?
I don't know. It was kind of interesting trying to get people on your beats, and my beats were a little weird.
One day, all right. So when you just said that, this made me think. Because, I feel yes, it's really weird approaching people when you want something out of them. So I can see you going with this beat, right? And you're oh, you want to hop on this and they're acting shady. Was it one day you were I can just do this? I should just hop on it?
Yeah, I made a bunch of beats, and then I was just I'm about to just start writing songs.
Yeah.
Or writing songs seriously, because I have a cousin in Nigeria who also raps. Music is in my family, and he started writing a long time ago, when we were 10. So, I just revisited that interest, and then I fell in love with writing, and then I fell in love with production, and then I started performing my own material more, and then I fell in love with performing.
Yeah.
And then I just fell in love with the art.
in
general,
yeah, exactly.
So
the whole entire package.
Yeah.
So now take us back to when you were early 2015, when you got the go. God told you, let go and just go full
you
force.
remember?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Besides, waiting for the answer, what were the initial obstacles in your way during that time? Why you would be maybe I shouldn't.
School. Cover your ears. School. School was a big thing. Fear was a big thing.
What did you go to school for?
So I went to PG, and then I went to UMBC.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I was always at UMD.
So wait, really?
Everyone thought I went there.
Yeah, that's how I learned about you.
Yeah. So I went to school for information systems.
Oh, that's funny.
You get some money. You'll make some money. But I just wasn't feeling it. And I remember, was it 2014? I got the opportunity to open up for Mali Music. I don't know if you know.
No, I know Mali Music.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel I don't know. Do you guys have a song or anything together?
We got not released though.
Not released.
Yeah, but we got a bunch together now.
I feel there was one time his song "Beautiful." You know that song?
Yeah.
I found that song through you at the juke joint or something. I don't know if you were just shouting him out. I don't know if you did a cover. I don't know what, but the song "Beautiful" by Mali, I remember I
think I
learned about
did.
it through you, and I love that song. Like, that's like my favorite song.
Damn, that's crazy.
Exactly. You never know, like, who's watching, who's listening. So yeah, just moving past your obstacles. What was your greatest like motivator, like, to pursue everything? The greatest.
The greatest.
The top.
Man, it's such a cliche response.
So it's okay.
It's just Jesus.
And sometimes that's the only answer. Like,
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Like, I don't know how, like I call my friends every day, like, yo, what's going on? Like, I don't know how I'm so optimistic about things and how I always have a good attitude
I
towards
actually relate
certain
to that
things.
a lot. I relate to you a lot in
Yeah.
that aspect. Okay, let's start with Soul Fro. So you released that in 2018, this past year. What was the motivation? I really like Wrong Place.
Thank you.
So do a lot of people. But I want to hear from you personally. What was the motivation behind that song? And specifically, was it like a personal testimony, or was it more so your observation of how other people feel about love?
So, I always laugh at this question. Where do I start? So the song was inspired by a conversation between myself and a friend. Her name's, well, she's not my friend anymore. Like,
But, you know,
yeah,
it was a
that's
combo.
why I was, So she don't mess with me no more.
Right.
Olivia, what's up? If you're listening, respond to my text message.
Please, Olivia.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he just put you out there. Like.
Yeah. But, we were just talking about how, like, what she was saying, how guys are trash and this and that. And prior to that convo, I just heard a lot of women say that all the time. I just think you're looking in the wrong place.
So it's really
literally.
direct.
Yeah. And it goes for guys too. It's not just women.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel, oh my goodness.
It's for
you know
both. Like, first verse is about a girl, and the second verse is about how guys trash women and say, oh, women are, what's the word, thoughts and all that. It's like, no, you're just looking in the wrong place.
I think that's really key. Because that is true. I was about to say, when you bring up guys, you always see, like, oh, she got that. You see so much criticism about girls. And I feel the same. I just be like, it's the type of girl you're going for.
Exactly.
Like, so, yes, if you're looking in the wrong place for love, switch it up for 2019.
Yes.
So Manny does not have to
write more songs about it. Facts.
So Manny, I want to skip to you and your journey as like a House Studio DC artist. But before we get there, I want to ask, how was like the booking, scheduling, just everything like management before you were like working with them? Did you have a team still? Did you have a person helping?
So my relationship with House is very new and it's interesting. It's new to the industry because it doesn't really exist in the landscape of things as far as like an artist partnering up with another entity without being a slave to them,
exactly.
So, but prior to House, I had like a few people working with me under the eFair Life, which is my company.
Okay.
And then I partnered up with House, and then we, I guess, just merged teams.
Yeah.
And now, I'm still a House Studio partner, but then I have my own daily operations, day-to-day team that is just focused on Manny, and House is.
So,
yeah.
So could you, because I'm curious, what do they specifically help you the most with, I guess?
Finances.
Finances? Okay.
Yeah.
Which is important.
Capital is so important, especially as an independent artist that doesn't want to sign my life away.
Yeah.
They help with finances. They help with, whatever I need. If I don't have a relationship with somebody, I can hit up somebody at House. Like, do you know this person? If they don't know, we'll figure out how to get that thing done. So that's just how it is. We help each other.
It's just like a mutual beneficial type thing.
Exactly.
Okay. Since joining with them, what are some things, if it's happened, that you've kind of discovered more about yourself as an artist? Like going from your own, your own business, as you said, to collaborate with House Studios DC. Like, is there anything new that you discovered about yourself? Like working with people, specifically with production, like as an artist. Is there anything new? Or anything you had to change up?
Yeah, I'm learning how to be a balanced, creative person. Because There are certain days where I just want to create myself. And there are certain days that I want or kind of need to create with other people. And house kind of like taught me that, even going in for the Artist Grant program. It was like, you're only allowed to bring in 2 beats of yours, and you're going to work with these 2 other producers that we have in-house.
So it's like you have
and it's like, I don't want to do that. I'll do my own beats, you know? But it was fun. Like, they were dope, and then I learned a lot from them. They learned from me, and ever since then, I just, like, look forward to, like, having
working with
people like, having dope musicians around. Because as a creative, I'm able to kind of do everything from keys to bass to guitar, but I'm not the best at it. So why not have
kind of like an extra voice there?
Yeah.
So what was it like producing your album? Like,
it was fun. I was working at a bank.
Okay.
I met up with Yudu from House, the guy who started House.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, I'll give you the space for 30 days. And I was like, I'll be here in 2 weeks. And I put in my 2 weeks at the bank.
That's great.
In 2016. And I was there for 30 days, every day from like 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. Every day, invited dope musicians, bass players, guitar players, my friends who produce, and we just kept on cranking things out.
Was that just like amazing for you?
Yeah.
Like when you talked to him and he was just like, you got 30 days.
Yeah.
Open studio.
It was, hell
like,
yeah. And it was just me, nobody else. Like, the studio was closed down to the public, too.
I remember I went there. Like, do you remember when I came there with the Guild?
Yeah.
Nice ass place. Like, it is super nice and chill. Like, your favorite song to produce was No I Don't,
Yes.
right? Let everyone know about like the elements that you liked and like why. Why'd you like producing that song?
Man, I need to release the video of how I produced it.
Yeah, we do. You have one?
Yeah, we do.
People be on the lookout whenever.
Yes.
Whenever
Soon. It has to be soon because we're working on the next joint.
Okay.
Why do I like it? Because I had trap elements from like the snare drums. I had jazz elements with like the saxophones and like the chord changes, and I had like scatting on it. I had the percussion on it. Like I remember there was this one part, I took off my bracelet and I just started like banging on things.
Oh, and that's in there.
Yeah, it's all in there. And bongos, congos, what else? We just had a bunch, and it was so fun to create.
Maybe you've been looking in the wrong place, looking in the wrong place. Maybe you've been in the wrong place, looking.
Okay, so it's about that time where we're gonna have Manny pick out his favorite product from Steadfast Supply DC. So, what did you see?
I picked out this gray beanie. I recently fell in love with like knitted just products in general, and I've kind of been rocking it. Yeah, and I'm supposed to be dyeing my hair gray. Yeah.
Are we gonna be getting pics, or do we have to wait?
Nah, I'm supposed to pick right away, and then my mom's gonna shoot me, and then his mom's gonna slap me because I'm the influence.
Why'd you do that? Why?
Don't do it.
Well, cool. Guys, be sure to check out Manny's new hair color for sure. And then also be sure to come down to Steadfast Supply DC and cop these. Well, they have them in a bunch of colors, but Manny's favorite was the gray beanie from Jidenna Design. But yeah, come down and shop.
In the wrong place, looking in the wrong place. Maybe you'll be in the wrong place, looking in the wrong place. I know.
I asked your favorite song to produce, but then you had also said, right? You were like, your favorite song to perform is Wrong Place. So back to that.
Yeah.
Just talk about performing Wrong Place.
Wrong Place is fire live. It's I always want to create songs that have a meaning but simple. Because when you think about people that are conscious, they're saying a bunch of things, and you just can't you can't grasp it. So like, I want to be that guy that comes. It might sound like a Little Pump song, but you're leaving with something, you know?
Yeah, it's simple, but direct, like purposeful. Yeah, because people be talking and they be losing me. I'd be
they're like
you
preaching.
said too much. Yeah. Like you said too much.
Like if you want to preach, start a podcast or
be like me.
preach and, but if if you want to grasp people in 3 minutes or however
That's
long
very true.
the song is.
When it comes to, just because you said something, when it comes to songwriting, like when you're writing songs, are you just thinking about the lyrics, or are you thinking about those aspects like, I need to grab their attention about this subject in this short time? Like, do you think about all of that stuff?
I think about everything. I think about what it's gonna be like live. What part of the song are people gonna want to sing, and how do I create a song that people want to sing the whole song? Like if you think about Humble by Kendrick. I remember he posted a video. They cut off the music and people kept rapping.
They were just going. It's like
it was so inspiring, you know. So like that's what I think about when I'm creating. Just simple, and it's hard though because like the rapper side comes out and like, I'm trying to like, yo, I'm barred up too, nigga. What's up? But then it's like, is that why you're here?
Right.
Like, you know, I always have to check myself. It's like you're not here to prove you can rap. You're here to make fire art.
Yeah, meaningful messages. And that's what your music really is. Like, you sum up really good and important lessons, or like just little messages that people should know about. Yeah. But you make it enjoyable. Like it's entertaining. Like you can move to it, but you learn it, but you don't feel like you're getting preached to.
Yeah, thank God.
No, that's how I feel. Like I be fucking with your music.
Thank you. Thank you.
This kind of goes into you talking about all the different elements and instruments and sounds, like from your bracelet. It goes into your term, soul fro. Yeah. Just kind of describe it for everyone.
Yeah, soul fro is music from the soul with Afro elements, and I'm just able to touch any genre that I want with coming like soul fro meets R&B, soul fro meets pop, soul fro meets
it means
rock.
Whatever you
whatever
want it to
I want it to mean. Yeah.
I think that's really cool. You're pretty much just like being disruptive.
Yeah.
But pretty much don't label myself. Don't define me into one space. Getting into that, how was it experience, like your experience touring with Jidenna?
It was fire.
How did that happen?
How?
Like I wonder, like, did you just get a call? Did you like apply somewhere? Like what?
Before I explain how it happened, if you're listening, relationships in life is like that's the most important thing.
So someone came through.
So
it sounds like.
So one of my friends who's a photographer, he's taking pictures for that camp. Okay. And he just kept playing my records, and he made sure they heard it, and they were like,
one day they was like, wait.
Yeah. So they were like, he's dope, and I remember he FaceTimed me, and this dude never FaceTimes me, so I picked up.
You was like, I gotta answer.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird. And it was Jidenna, like, yo, like, I messed with that record. I was like, oh, shoot, thank you. Fast forward a few months later, I was talking to the same guy, photographer's like, yo, what's his management info? He shared it with me. I sent it to my team, and I was like, yo, let's make something happen.
Connect, yeah.
And then they reached out. And then management connected, and they came to watch the rehearsals, and they were like, "Oh shoot, we gotta get on the road."
That is so dope.
You know, it was really organic, and and those are my guys till today.
I'm like, that is dope as shit, because I didn't know, like, the fact you said it was organic, like that's why I'm saying it's dope. You didn't have to go too much out your way. You just kind of saw an opportunity, was like, took advantage of it pretty much. And shout out to that friend. Like, we need more of those. Play your friend's music everywhere you go.
Like everything that's like happened with me, at least 90% is just good relationships. Like I treat everyone the same. No one's better.
You never know who you'll meet.
Like I've met people that can buy a whole street. Right. And I treat them the same as somebody that works at the store. Because you just never know.
You never know. Yeah. Yes. Very key. What has been, like, was touring with Jidenna, was that, like, the biggest stage performance you gave at that time? Or what was the biggest performance you've given?
Biggest?
You can even talk about now, too.
We did, we did Echo Stage. Okay. With Burna Boy. That was huge. We did that might be
the one.
That might be that's like 3. But then prior to that we did 8th Street Festival once. Okay. And in the space in which we were in, I think it was over like 5,000 people. Yeah, so that was fun.
Were you ready? Were you hyped?
Yeah,
like,
I'm always ready. I love the stage. Like,
now I gotta change my questions because I'm realizing that you were born a performer. Like, you were born an entertainer. Like,
pretty much.
Or I guess, okay, instead of being nervous, what are like thoughts that go through your head right before you're going on, as they're saying, like they're announcing you? Do you have thoughts?
Yeah, less of me, more of God. Have fun.
Oh, I am loving this God. Like, in this, like, I grew up religiously, and honestly, with my life, my faith, I give it all to God. So, like, the fact that, guys, listeners, there's something you need to accomplish, there's something you want to accomplish, especially in the new year, since that's like a trending topic coming up. Definitely just let go and let God. And I think Manny just go, after listening to this, just go listen to his music, go peep his Instagram, go peep anything about him, and it just shows an example, a physical example, like realistic example of how sometimes you don't have to plan things out. You just gotta talk to God and let him bring things your way.
Yeah.
But
so less of me, more of God. Have fun. Just have fun, and murder the stage.
Yeah.
I'm so competitive on stage. I'm so competitive in soccer and on stage. Like, I remember, I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are. The first time I opened up for Molly, I said, look, I'm about to tear this joint up, so you better be ready. I went on, crushed it, and he was like, oh, I was about to say, how did he? He was like, oh, shoot. And then, because he was like one of my favorites, and I've watched like a bunch of his performances, because I'm a student of the game. Okay. And I remember watching his performance elevate because of what I was able to do. And I did that every night with Jidenna. Okay. Like, it got semi-competitive. Like, I remember this one time, it was really fun. Like, it was really fun. And then this one day, we just didn't see the whole team. Oh. Because we were crushing. Like, right. Every night, it was only me, my drummer, and a bass player, but we were... Like, y'all
were dogging it.
Yeah, and they were crushing too, but it's like, yo...
But the fact that you're an opener and you're doing almost just as good.
Exactly. Yeah. So, shout out to Jidenna. His stage presence is dope. Like, what he does on stage. I haven't seen him yet. You should.
But I can imagine.
Yeah, it's very, like, creative. It's fun. Like, just different cool elements.
Like, I love Janelle Monáe. And I feel like from my love from her, obviously Jidenna's plug. So I'm like, have you met her from that tour?
No. Did I meet her on tour? I met her in LA. Okay. I met her in LA when we did the LA show, and then when she came to DC, we had dinner together. And,
Look at you, living the life.
She's so fire, bro. Like, on stage and off stage, so fire.
When you're like meeting, now that you know you get your name out there, like your name's already out there. When you're meeting these more like Janelle Monáe or just more, I guess, famous, artists, are you... not when it comes to performing, but just talking, do you find that you're intimidated? Do you I always wonder that about me, as you, like, I'm interviewing artists and I keep climbing the ladder, so for me, I get intimidated, but but at times I'd be like, I don't need to be like, so you got advice for me?
I never expect anything. I never expect them to be great. I never expect them to be awful. I just treat them as people.
And you meet them where they are. Like, you're like, hey.
Like, I've met... oh, man. There's so many people that I've met that don't preach the same message that they preach on Instagram or Twitter or just in general. And it's like, okay, you're human. You're imperfect like me. So I'm not going to judge you. Right. But it's just crazy how you're this person on Instagram. That. Yeah. And then the more I did that, the more I was like, I'm just gonna be chill. Regular. Like,
for real, you like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be me. And
No, and that's true. Because I've been there. There's a couple people I've met and it's like, okay, never mind, you're not at all who I thought. Like, I looked up to you, like, okay, you're human. Yep. If you could tour with anyone right now, like, is
Asha.
Your tour?
Asha.
Okay, who's Asha?
That's my favorite artist in the world. Huh?
She said who's Asha.
Who's Asha?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Asha,
I don't know.
Asha is a... Look. Let's do this.
Give me hit, please.
ASA.
Show me this person. So you fuck with this person too?
Okay. She is our mother. Like, Nigerian artists, you could just start from here. I think that song you were talking about with Mali, I matched it up with this song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should check it out.
Let me.
I'm a producer, rapping more energetic version than her.
Of this.
Yeah,
okay.
of her.
So everyone, when you get
Asha.
a chance,
Check it out. That's
check
my
her
mom.
out. Definitely.
She don't know I exist yet, but
after this she will. Like we're gonna be tagging her and everything.
please do.
To wrap it up, Manny, what can we expect? What do you want people to know? Like, what do you want them to look out for from you as an artist in 2019? Any shows,
man.
like anything you want us to pay attention to?
The next project, we're working on it now.
Okay.
I think it's gonna touch. I don't want to say too much.
You don't want to say too much.
But it's gonna touch the
something.
world. But it's gonna touch a world on the internet. That's all I can say.
That's all we can do, guys.
It's gonna touch the world, but it's most especially gonna touch a world. A lot of collaborations and a few shows. Not a few. I want to do a lot of shows, but right now we have a few planned out. We're doing a small tour.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Okay, so with the small tour, you still have shows in DC?
Yeah, we're gonna do. So we're planning like 5 cities. It's a really, really small, acoustic, vibey type situation.
I feel like it fits you.
Yeah,
organic. So that's really cool. If you guys like intimate settings, small concerts, or just love Manny's sound, be sure to check out his tour, his tour dates.
Please.
What else you got? What else is coming?
Oh man.
Or even just personal life. What's 2019 about to be for you?
I just want to keep growing. I wanna become a better man. Like that's so me because I think creatively we keep growing, but we've hit a point where it's like, all right, we're good. We know our art. What else is there?
What about you?
Yeah.
What else is there to you? And I feel like also the discovery part, like you said, but then also I feel like if you're a better man, like in some
It'll bleed into your art.
Yeah, it's gonna
exactly.
bleed into your art.
Right. So
Definitely.
it just stuck with me, and I still think about it every day.
I think that's just a definite goal. Even if you switch it, like if you're a great artist, but if you're not the greatest person, eventually you're gonna, like you said, come to a standstill and be stuck.
Exactly.
I don't think no one wants to be stuck.
Nah,
so guys,
keep growing.
Exactly. Work on yourself.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mannywellz, and I just had an amazing time with Brea Soul. Make sure you guys subscribe, tune in, listen, support,
just
share, everything. Tell a friend to tell a friend. She's dope.
Thank you. And guys, make sure to be on the lookout for Mannywellz's newest album coming out in 2019.
Yes.
And all events that he'll be a part of. He's doing a tour. So that means if you're not in Maryland, you might be able to catch him somewhere else. But if you are in Maryland, you definitely got to watch out for the DC shows.
Yes.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to try to be there.
You should
No,
be
since I
there.
said it, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come down, come out. And it's been a really good time. Thank you, Manny. And
Thank you.
everyone.
In the wrong place, looking in the wrong place, baby, you be in the wrong place, looking in the wrong place. Maybe you be looking in the wrong place. Maybe you be looking in the wrong place. Maybe you be looking.